Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. So I wanted to do a quick message here. It's more so along the lines of, how should I word this? It's really about how you should handle your karmics going forward. This is gonna be fun because I have an analogy that I want to tie in. And I think when talking about this, it may be something that could help someone, and it will actually be something that sticks. So without further ado, let's go. A lot of times when I think about how I may choose to handle my karmics, right? So make sure to wet the whistle before I started jumping in with this one. I think of it in a way, view them as bowling pins. I think you guys know where I'm going with this one. Handle your karmics like you're at a bowling alley. Just imagine that whole notion of racking them up and tearing them down in one strike. Think about that. So keep in mind, each individual karmic in your life, whether it's people you've worked with, people that you've had relationships with, friends, family, ex-partner, so like ex-husband, wife, ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever you may be, okay? Imagine each of those individuals that you chose to sever ties and be done with their ass. Those individuals each had a role they had to play in your life. Granted, you may have had some great times with them, right? But also, the way things ended was not so great. It was for a reason. It was leading up to a point where you were going to actually, at some point in time, sever ties with them. It was bound to happen. Again, a lot of this stuff is a part of the plan because this plane is an education plane for us all. So not all relationships are meant to last forever when it comes to you and your journey. I did mention this in several of my videos. I want you guys to know that, and you know, when you think of the strike, you know, when you are at a bowling alley and you got those pins lined up, talking about your karmics in this case, right? And when you're getting ready to walk up to that little lane right there, right? And you got the ball of your choice. For some of us girls who might like this sparkly ball. Some guys might like more of the dark and aggressive looking ones, right? So imagine you're walking up there or prancing up there and you're getting ready to get your position ready, right? And you're staring those pins down and you're getting ready to roll that ball with some force like no other. Think of it as you knocking the karmics out the way because you're trying to clear space. You're trying to clear that lane for what's to come in a good way in terms of your journey. Me personally, that's what I think of when it comes to dealing with certain people of my past, whether it was those individuals I've had ties with that had to sever, family, friends, and not all, just a good portion of them that no longer played an important part in my life. Those that truly showed their ass, to put it plainly, right? And you knew within self, once they really showed their ass, that it was like, oh, it's time for you to go. And in doing so, it's a weight lifted. It allows you to clear up space for new and better things to come, new and better individuals to come into your life. Just know also that in doing so, they feel that hit. They feel it. They'll pull on the front and act like they don't, but they do. And as I mentioned in some of my previous videos, it'll start to show in various ways to you. It'll be revealed to you in various ways. You may not even ask for those details, but in some way or another, it will be revealed to you of what's going on, what's coming down the pike in terms of them. So I say all this to say, when it comes to dealing with them, don't try to hold on to them. Let them go. Let it be. For if you continue to try to hold on to those karmics, those bowling pins, it's going to continue to be nothing but clutter in your life that's unnecessary. And it's going to prevent you from being able to reap the benefits, reap the fruits of what God truly has out there for you. That's just waiting for you to clear up space for it to come in. That's a tough pill to swallow. Because in a lot of ways or another, we do want to hold on to some of these individuals because we were thinking like, oh, this is just what I'm more comfortable with, what I'm more familiar with. Not realizing we're doing something that could be truly detrimental to our journey. Don't be that person. Just know that they served their purpose for a reason, whether it's good, bad, whatever the case may be. For the most part, karmics, of course, being bad. And just know, again, once they show their ass and show you what they're really about when it comes to you and your journey, just know that's when it's time to clean your hands and be done. Or, in this case, just knock those pins on down, strike them out, and move on to the next. The funny part about all of this is that when you think about the evil, when you think about the karmics in terms of their ego, because the ego, when you think about it, I would say the ego is fueled by evil. Let me explain. Think of it this way. When you have someone who is a narcissist, like let's say an ex-partner, right? Ex-husband, ex-wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, what they have going on now, you guys call it situationship. Like, what the hell is a situationship? It's new stuff, it's new age stuff, but I'm more old school, as you guys may already know. So let's just narrow it down to like girlfriend, boyfriend, right? Let's say for the ladies, you have an ex-boyfriend, right? Who's an extreme narcissist, right? And let's say you broke it off with him because you caught him in some shit. And let's say he wasn't too happy about it, obviously, because his cover's been blown. That happens. It happens. But you know within self, he's going to try to pull a few strings when it comes to trying to get a rise out of you. But you know within self that you don't have to retaliate because you know he's going to get handled one way or another just for the acts that he's done. And it ends up happening. Not that you're happy about it, but at the same time you knew it was coming because of the fact that he was messing around with karma. The reality of it all, just know these individuals are going to try to test you in various forms. And part of the reason is because when they do that, their little antics, it's because they know a breakthrough is getting ready to come in for you. They know, oh shit, something bigger and better than myself is getting ready to replace me in this individual's life. Chances are, she's not going to want me anymore. You damn right. What did you expect? This is one of those cases of, well, you fucked around and found out quickly. When you showed your ass and you refused to be honest about what you truly felt or what you truly wanted to do, and you chose to string this person along without being truthful to them. And keep in mind, the karmics be doing this and don't realize that God has seen it all. The spiritual space, the spiritual team, angel team as I like to often call it, they're seeing it all. You honestly think they're going to continue to allow that nonsense to play out and continue to allow you to hurt an individual just because of your ego? Don't be foolish. I say all that to say, they're going to try to get at you in one form or another with the antics, the shenanigans. But at the end of it all, that should be a sign to be joyful for you, because that means I have some good stuff getting ready to roll in. Now, whether you still remain open and allow it to roll in, that's on you, which I would encourage it. Don't go back to the past, as I mentioned in the previous video, because you're going to be in a position where you're opening up a can of worms, and it's going to probably be a lot worse than what you dealt with previously with that individual. Let that be the past, or as they would say, the old saying, Let bygones be bygones. Some of you guys may have heard that before. It's an old saying. Let it be just that. Let it just be a bygone and be done with it. So again, just to kind of sum it up, when it comes down to these karmics, and the karmics come in various forms, just to reiterate what I just said a moment ago, whether you're talking about friends, family, ex-partners, co-workers, you name it. Let that be in the past. View them as those bowling pins when you go into a bowling alley. And imagine yourself just walking up to that lane. Get ready to strike them down in one hit. Because after all, in doing so, you're clearing up that space for the better that God has lined up for you when it comes to this journey. And that, my friend, is the best part about it. That is the beautiful thing when you think about it, when it's all said and done. That is all for this quick video, you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, one thing for me when it comes to this journey, I find it fun when you can think about the various ways of viewing certain scenarios in one's life, such as the example I gave you guys. It makes it more of a fun journey, more of a fun experience for me, personally. And it was so funny because yesterday, this was like right around dinner time, I was just sitting and thinking, just, you know, kind of like reflecting on the day, if you will, right? And all of a sudden, this analogy about bowling pins or going to the bowling alley popped up. I forgot. I think the way it came up was for me. I saw something online. Oh, no. Okay, so I was messaging someone yesterday, right? And as I was messaging this individual, I saw the little emoji of the bowling ball and the pins. That's what happened. And as I saw that, I'm like, and then I just somehow it connected. I don't know what it was, but it's something about karmics. And I'm thinking like, oh, that's what I'm going to talk about. So, because it hit me heavy, and I wanted to tie this analogy in because I really think it can help someone to stay on track when it comes to their thought process, when it comes to dealing with karmics in their own life, as it did for me. So I often view it as just that. For me personally, I imagine myself in all the karmics and shenanigans I've dealt with some of these people. I think of it like them being lined up and me choosing the biggest, most sparkly looking ball that's on the little track there when you're walking up. And I think to myself, I imagine myself walking up there and prancing up to the lane, and I'm getting into position, and I'm staring them down, and I'm staring down with a smile because I'm like, I'm about to take y'all asses down. And sure enough, when I do it, I'm like, I know I'm clearing the lane for something much bigger and better that God has lined up for me in this journey, and I am ready for it. You go into it just like that, like a bulldog, if you will. You go into it with that level of aggression, but determination that, okay, you guys are done. You're done. We're done. And just watch how things flood in. As I mentioned in the previous video, you guys, when you start to let go, when you clear that lane and start to let go and allow God to take the lead, allow the spiritual team to take the lead in this journey, when I tell you things begin to flip, and it flips quickly, trust me when I tell you, it does, and it does in a good way. It does in unexpected ways. Allow it to unfold. And you'll be surprised, and you'll sit back and think. Like, I've had plenty of times I sat back and thought to myself, why in the hell did I do this sooner? And I have to laugh about it. I would laugh about it internally, of course, when I laugh aloud, like just in front of everybody, but it'd be more an internal like chuckle, like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? And I encourage you guys to do the same. You know, just go ahead, clear up that lane. Clear up that lane for what God has in store for you when it comes to your journey. Because when you do just that, you'll be amazed. That's all for this quick video, you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. One thing I was going to say also is that You know, consultations are still open for the week. So if it is something that is of interest to you and you would like to set up an appointment with me, just go follow the calendar link that's within my bio. Also, if you have any issues scheduling an appointment, you can reach out to me on any of the platforms, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, you name it. You can email as well. I did include those details also. Furthermore, I wanted to point out that I have noticed quite a bit of you guys trickling in on my pages. So I definitely want to say welcome to the newcomers. Just know that I do see you and I appreciate you. For those of you who are not aware, I'm actually in the field house when it comes to keynote speaking as well as motivational speaking. So if at any point, like let's say you're a part of an organization and you happen to have an event that's coming up and you would like for me to come and partake in that experience with you, have someone from your organization to reach out to me. We can then go over the appropriate details from there and set things up accordingly. As always, I am definitely sending you guys up. I just saw 111 as I said that. As always, I'm definitely sending you guys off with love and light, and I will see you in the next video. Be blessed, you guys.